A fictional true crime story told 100% through cameras and screens of devices we all have in our homes. I'm usually not a huge fan of gimmicks in movies. Things like being shot entirely on green screen. The whole thing looks like it was done in a single take, from the first person perspective, and the most common of them all, the found footage film. The found footage film has been around for a long time, and it's had a few hits and a lot of misses. Now, the biggest gripe that I usually have with these types of movies is, oh, come on, nobody would pick up a camera and film that. But unfortunately, every one of these found footage films has that exact same issue, including Missing. Missing does it more believably than just about all of the others. Now, a few years back, a movie came out called Searching, and it was told entirely through a computer screen and security footage. If you go all the way back to 2007, there's a film by the director Adam Rifkin called Look that is told in the same way. Both Searching and Look were more entertaining than they had any right to be. Missing is a movie directed by the editors of Searching, and while it isn't a true sequel, it does take place in the same universe, as there are a couple of little Easter eggs sprinkled throughout. While both Searching and Missing are worth a watch, you do not need to have seen Searching to get something out of Missing. However, if you watch Missing first, I suspect you're going to go back and watch Searching next. I just cannot believe how much I enjoyed this movie. The story, as the title suggests, is about a missing person. Most of the movie takes place on our protagonist June's computer screen, as she uses every tool at her disposal to track down the missing person, and, much like I said earlier, the trope of always leaving her FaceTime or photo booth app up so we can see her face on the screen of the computer. People could learn a whole lot from watching Missing. While a lot of the websites and the tools used were made up, they were based on real tools and real websites. And a lot of things that this girl does are things that every employee learns on day one of a new job when they do their security training. There is a lot of social engineering and sleuthing, and even though it's unethical, it is necessary for the purpose of the film. This could almost be a tutorial on how to break into someone's computer. In this case, it needs to be done to save someone's life, but it could be done for malicious reasons as well. Every few minutes, there is a massive twist that completely changes your thoughts on the characters and what you thought you knew about them. And even though the entire film takes place on screens, there is always more than enough stuff going on to stimulate your senses visually. It isn't just computer screens, it's doorbell cameras, social media videos, backup cameras, and even more. The acting is better than you would expect it to be in this type of movie, but it still feels like a movie, meaning it doesn't feel real. Now, all of the characters are likable and believable, and a surprising amount of emotion is conveyed through the movement of the computer mouse across the screen. I hope that my daughter one day grows up to be as passionate and independent and strong-willed and as smart and creative as the character of June in this film. I've watched this 2 times, and all of the clues are there the entire time to put the mystery together. Now, of course, I wasn't smart enough to do it on my first watch, but on my second watch, I was able to pick up on a lot of little things that I missed the first time around. There are definitely some movie tropes at play here, and recurring themes that keep happening that you just know are going to come back up and come into play somehow, but the way they always come into play is never the way that I expect them to. Towards the end of the movie, I actually laughed and cheered and clapped at the screen at the innovation a character used to save herself when I realized the movie had been implanting the method in my head the entire time. Missing is a movie built with insane found footage constraints, but somehow it never felt like a gimmick. Both Missing and Searching are excellent movies that will have you guessing until the very end. The true stars of the film are the editing and visual effects departments, who made an entertaining movie where you basically are looking at a computer screen the entire time. I could watch a dozen more movies told in this format if they are this well done. Amateur detective work. Resting with a messy floor, talking on the phone, talking to your mom on FaceTime, watching old home videos,